Hello, everyone. I hope you are all good by God's grace. Welcome to Poly 213 Introduction to Public Administration. My name is Joseph Bafuewa Ejapon, popularly known as Nana Bafuewa, NBA. And I welcome you to our academic showdown group studies for Poly 213. I want to say a big thank you to my lecturer, Mr. Joshua, for giving me this opportunity to engage my fellow colleagues in whatever is being taught in class. I send my regards to my PUSA president, Mr. Prince Ejay. I send regards to my vice president, Mr. Jeffrey Ediabua, my main boss. I send my regards to Mr. Jerome Ego for making this slide so that it will help our education and make it easy and simple. Well, so we are going to talk about Introduction to Public Administration. And you are welcome once again to the Academic Showdown Group Studies for Poly 213. We have our group discussions online every weekend. Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is for Introduction to Public Administration. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday is for Introduction to Development Studies, Poly 211. And the following day, Sunday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is for Introduction to Public Administration, Poly 213. I couldn't make it last Sunday for some one or two important and equal reasons as to our group studies. That is why I've decided to record this at this time of the night and post it on YouTube so that we can all catch up. So understanding public administration part 1. Session overview. The meaning of public administration is not a straightforward thing. The session overview is telling us about the public administration, what we should know as students. But to help you to know what public administration is and what it is not. So the meaning of public administration is not straightforward, but the session overview is telling us that what we are going to engage ourselves will help us know what public administration is and what it is not. The two terms of public and administration must be explained. The scope of public administration, which will be discussed, the fundamental components of the discipline, which adds to your understanding of the nature of public administration. This is the session overview of the course, public administration. So session outline. Key topics to be covered in this session are as follows. Topic 1, definition of administration. Topic 2, definition of public administration. Topic 3, scope of public administration. And topic 4, importance of studying public administration. What are the relevance of studying public administration? So, engaging topic 1, definition of administration. We must first explain the term public. So, public first. Public refers to the generality of the people. Thus, public refers to the involvement of the majority. Almost everybody is aware of a particular thing at a particular point in time. Or the majority of the people in the state, or almost everybody, is aware of that thing. Their awareness, they are not ignorant of that particular thing, but they are always updated. They are always current. They know a particular thing at a particular point in time. That is public. The generality of the people, the whole people having a point of view or an idea about one thing. Second, public means all activities undertaken by the state or done on its behalf. So all activities undertaken by the state. We are the state. When we talk about the state, we are the state. And we the people also have representatives among ourselves who take decisions on our behalf. So the decisions these representatives take are termed to be public because we, the public, engage in a general action to appoint or elect these representatives who takes decisions on our behalf. So whatever decision they take is termed to be public because we, the public, gave them that power to represent us as a state. So whatever they are doing it on our behalf. A classical example to make us understand it very well. We elected our president and he's part of the executive arm of government. And he can engage the states in foreign corporations like the ECOWAS or even the IMF to take decisions on our behalf. So the decision the president is going to take will be termed as public because we, the public, we, the people, elected him to be our representative. That's why they're saying that public means all activities undertaken by the state. We, the state, can also take our own activities by our public elections, our general elections. That's our presidential elections. We took the decision in electing a leader to represent us. And it can also be a representative general action. That is when our representatives that we appointed or gave them that power, the authorized power, take on our behalf. I guess we are all cool with the term public. So the term public is the generality of the people. It includes almost everyone. We cannot say all, but almost everyone. About 99.9% are aware of whatever is going on. That is what public means. So right now we've known public. Let's come to administration. The word administration comes from two Latin words, namely ad and minister, which means to serve, to direct, control, or manage affairs. In every administration, people are always serving. In our postal administration, our president, vice, organizing secretary, EC, whoever has position in there, it's serving. Even we, the members, we sometimes go and serve. I quite remember myself during the manual registration. I went there as a proud member of PUSA, and I went there to go and serve, to go and help with whatever was going on there to ensure that our manual registration was going on well. Some people also in the PUSA association were also serving. Some were drafting communique. Madam Josephine was drafting communique. I can't mention names. A whole lot of people, Foster, Nana Bonsu, Juliet, they were all drafting communique to what? To post. They are all serving the organization, the association. We are all serving. You, the member, is also serving by paying your dues to ensure that these dues are used to help us to organize programs and also make the PUSA administration what a successful one. So in any administration, we are serving. People serve. The representatives serve. I mean, our leaders, they serve. And we, the members, we also what? We also serve. In administration, there is a direction. We are directed. People direct us. We are directed towards a particular goal. Any administration has a goal. The goal of UG is to be regarded as the #1 best university in the world. So in order to do that, we will be directed that lecturers are supposed to come to class. We, the students, we are also supposed to what? To go to class to what? To gain the kind of vision we have. In any administration, we are controlled. There is a level of control over there. I'm going to use UG as another example. We are controlled by the laws of the institution. There is a classical example: thou shalt not fight in the University of Ghana. If you fight, you are going to be dismissed. So you are not going to be fight. You are not going to fight because you are afraid to be dismissed. Therefore, you gain one of the aims of the institution, one of the rules and regulation of the institution, and that promotes peace and stability in the university campus. Because you are scared that if you go and fight and you are being caught, you'll be dismissed. Therefore, the rules and regulations control the members over there. That is why Ian Gladden said that administration means to care for or look after people, to manage affairs. So in any administration, you have the passion. When you are part in that administration, you have the passion. You always care. You care about the day in and day out activities that you take. You also look after people. They are under your control. That doesn't mean you should be autocratic, but you are working with people and you are looking after people to manage their affairs. Herbert Simon says administration involves human action directed towards some agreed goals. So in any administration, it should involve human. It shouldn't be one, but it could be two or more. Human actions in administration, certain actions are supposed to what? Are supposed to take place. Even thinking of organizing something is an action. So the involvement of human actions directed towards some agreed goals. Every administration has goals, has aims and visions that they want to achieve. So their actions that they take meet the dreams they have for that organization. A classical example, let's use yourself. You just use yourself. But you came to the University of Ghana, maybe you've come to the University of Ghana, you want first class. If you want first class by the end of your graduation as a first class certificate, your actions must meet the first class. There is no way you are going to get first class where you don't go to lectures, you are always clubbing, you are always the big boy, you are always the big girl that you don't go for lectures, you are clubbing, you don't do your assignments, you don't write exams. You cannot get the first class because your actions are not meeting the visions you have. You're always sleeping and you want to get first class. You sleep late and wake up late without studying. But you can get the first class when your actions are corresponding to the visions that you have. That is going to lectures, engaging in group studies, writing exams, partaking in assignments. That is when you can become a first class student because you had a vision and your actions were directed towards those agreed upon goals that you have for yourself. So Simon says administration involves human actions directed towards some agreed upon goals. So in any administration, you have your vision, you have the people, and you take actions to meet the agreed upon goals that you have. So the meaning of administration by Simon. When two men cooperate to roll a stone that neither could have moved alone, the rudiment of administration have appeared. I take it again. According to Simon, when two men cooperate to roll a stone that neither could have moved alone, the rudiments of administration have appeared. Remember that when I was defining administration, I said it involves human action directed towards some agreed upon goals. So when two men, administration, human, two men, I think we can explain it here. This definition means administration involves people, two men, action, rolling a stone. So the two men decided to roll a stone that leader could have what moved alone. If the stone was stagnant, it was firm and was positioned at a particular place, that couldn't have moved alone. But these two men took an action to roll that stone from that one place to another position. And cooperation. These two men understood, came together, decided to work together and understand, join their intellectual abilities to what? To roll this stone. So according to Simon, administration means when the two men involvement of people, they came together, they cooperate. When two men cooperate to roll a stone, they took the action to achieve their vision. Their vision was to move a stone that couldn't have moved alone. So they came together, their cooperation was there, they cooperated to roll a stone, they took their action, and they were able to achieve their goal. That is moving the stone from one place to another. The rudiment of administration have appeared. That is the definition of administration by Simon. So right now we've known the meaning of public as the generality of people. Majority are aware it involves the majority or almost everyone. We've known administration, where administration came from a Latin word, which is ad and minister. That is to serve, direct, and manage affairs. And we've known the definition of administration by Simon, that administration involves human action directed towards some agreed upon goals. So by knowing these two, I think we can now merge the two of them and get the definition of public administration. So public administration refers to all activities of groups and individuals aimed towards directing, organizing, and coordinating affairs to achieve common goals of government. Public administration refers to all activities of groups and individuals. Groups and individuals, they are in the state. Remember that the public involves the state. And we have government over here because government is included in the state. So public means generality, majority of the people, the state itself. And administration is what? Agreed, taking decisions or actions towards agreed upon goals. So when we are talking about public administration, we are talking about the goals of the government, the goals of the state. So activities of groups and individuals, we are in the state, we the individuals in the state, or we the groups that we have in the state, has to what? Be aimed towards directing. The actions that we are taking is being directed by the goals of the state, the goals of the government. It's being organized and coordinated by the goals of the government. So whatever decision we are taking as an organization is to be directed towards the goals of the government. So the government has a goal that it doesn't want its economy to clash. So an organization in that particular state will work towards the goal of the government in order not to make the economic clash. We the individuals there, we are paying our taxes, we are protecting the properties of the state in order not to spend another billions of cedis. I'm using cedis because this Ghana billions of cedis to rebuild or reconstruct the properties that were destroyed. So in order, in paying our taxes and protecting our properties, our economy is not going to be clashed because we are funding the economy with our money that is paying our taxes. And we are preserving our properties not to waste enough funds on them again by protecting the properties. So organizations in the state are directed, organized, and coordinated to achieve the common goals of the government. That is public administration. Public administration refers to all activities of groups and individuals aim towards directing, organizing, and coordinating affairs to achieve common goals of government. Point two, it is the action part of government, the means by which the purposes and goals of government are realized. So public administration is the action part of government. A classical example, the Ministry of Education. What are the actions that they are taking? Even I shouldn't send it to that upper level, but if the Ministry of Education has a goal, as a government, has a vision to make its education system a first-class education system or a better one, it has to take actions. And the actions that they are going to take is providing teachers with teaching equipment. Even what I'm doing right now, I'm working one way or the other to meet the dreams or the goals of the Ministry of Education. Because what we are doing here is an educative program. The lecturer has come to lecture. That is one action part of the Ministry of Education has been what has been achieved. We, the students, we have decided to have our own online tutorials to understand or to help those who couldn't get all that was taught in class. We help all of us to be on the same page. These actions that we are taking are helping us to achieve one common goal. So the action part of the government, it means by which the purposes and goals of the government are realized. Public administration. The government has a goal to re-elect or recruit national leaders every 4 years. What is our action part? Our action part, as it states in public administration, is to engage ourselves in public elections or general elections to make that dream, that vision of the government a reality. The machinery and processes include the organization of men and women for managing the affairs of the government. As I said, administration involves human. Men and women are human for managing the affairs of the government. So that is public administration. All activities of the groups and individuals aim towards directing, organizing. So the common thing is that the activities of the individuals and groups are towards the direction of the goals of the government. The government here is making it public enough. It's making it something general because the government is the state and the state is the public itself. So the administration is activities they are being directed in administration, organization, corporation are there. So the public, that is the government, the goals of the government. So administration is directing the people. And the public is what? The goals of the government. So when you merge the two of them, then it becomes public administration. Refers to all activities of groups. I'm really taking my time to explain this public administration because it is when you understand public administration, that is when you'll be able to explain what is management, private businesses, and public businesses. We are going to do all these things, but we have to understand the term public administration first before we're able to what explain all those kind of terms as well. We are going to get there by God's grace. Inshallah, we'll get there. So right now we are going to topic 2. And topic 2 is the view of public administration. The views. And under the views, we have the traditional views. And we also have the modern view, the modernization view. So let's talk about the traditional view first. In the past, public administration was understood to mean the activities of government. The executive branch of government became the focus of public administration. By the traditional view, it was all about the executive arm of government, the activities of the branches of national, state, and local government. So administration says in the past, Herbert Simon says administration covers the activities of the branches of national, state, and local government because the executive organ is the means by which purposes of government is accomplished. Executive organ is the means by which all government purposes are accomplished. In legislation, when the legislative arm of government initiates a bill, do their legislation processes, in order for a bill to become a law, they need the signature of the president, who is under the executive arm of government, in order to pass a bill to become a law. So that was the view of the traditional, the view of the traditional view of public administration. It was all about chieftaincy. The chiefs and the council of elders were the real administrators. They handle all executive, legislative, and judicial functions on behalf of the state. They were working in their constituency. You know, they were the one who were should I say settling disputes over there. They were the ones who were making developmental projects in the national and local government over that time. That's the traditional view. They were the ones who were making laws over there. A classical example, maybe we do not go to farm, do not do this or that. These were based on the executive arm of government over there. And it wasn't necessarily separation of powers whereby we had the executive, legislative, and judiciary. You wouldn't see them physically, but their focus was on the executive arm of government, like was on the chief and its elders. That's the traditional view of public administration. They were the ones who were administering. They were the real administrators of the state. Other scholars regard public administration as carrying out the activities of the government. What are the activities of the government? Providing social amenities for the public, so schools, electricity, water. When you provide these things are the activities of the government. Making laws, protecting its citizens, they are the activities of the government. So when you do this to help the people in your state, then you are what? You are helping for public administration to be achieved because public administration involves actions, and these actions become the activities of the government. Woodrow Wilson said, "It is the detailed and systematic execution of law." So Woodrow Wilson is trying to say that it talks about how laws made for the public was put in practice. The measures that were put in place for people to understand, obey, and perform their duties as the public law requires them to do so. So public administration was the detailed and systematic execution of public law. The law, what is the law saying? And how the people are going to understand the law really matters. And why they are going to do that also matters. That is why he's saying that it talks about how laws made for the public was put in place. How were they put in place? How were these laws implemented? They were put in place in our organizations, though. Organizations that we have, the single laws, that's why we have I've forgotten about this, but the executive arm of government deliberates power to organizational leaders to also make their laws that meet the public law. So the laws that the deliberative laws also, I've forgotten about that. But the laws that the organizational leaders or the real administrators implement in the organization to manage the affairs of the people or control the behavior of the people. They were directed towards the public law that were made in the parliament itself. So how the public laws were put in place, the measures that were put in place for people to understand, obey, and perform their duties as the public law requires them to do so. NIGO noted that it is the essential activities associated with carrying out legislative actions and judicial orders. I've explained that too. So right now we are getting to the modern view. So the traditional view was about the old perception of public administration. That was when they neglected the other arms of government, the executive and the legislative and judiciary arm of government to be independent, but their focus were on the executive branch of government. Therefore, the executive branch of government merged the activities of the legislative and the judiciary in terms of personnel and function in order to build the state and ensure smooth administration. So right now, the modern view. The modern viewers are saying that the traditional view is a narrow observation of the constituents of public administration. It was held at a time when the role of the state or government was conceived as the maintenance of law and order and protection of citizens' liberties, as I was saying. So the olden days, it was all about how do we develop our country, how do we develop our community, our constituency, how do we develop this? That was all about that. We develop it by building social amenities for the people. We have our clinic, we have our public toilets over there, excuse my language, we have our public toilets, we have our schools, and we are protecting our citizens. Whoever go and steal someone something, maybe there is a specific punishment for you. They were protecting their citizens by having, should I say, let me use military men who were fighting on their behalf whenever there were wars and other external attacks. That was their view, public administration. That was how they were administering the public. But the modern view is that public administration also involves the processes of formulating or making policies of government. So the modern view goes into details. What are the real things? What really entails how the olden people were ruling the people? The laws that they brought, how were they formulated? The policies that they brought, the developmental policies that they brought, how were they formulated? In order to make a law, we know that it becomes when the executive legislative brings a bill up, there are several readings that they go through for that bill to be accepted, even before the executive arm of government, the president endorses his signature. So these are the modern perspective of the public administration. They are saying that the traditional people had a narrow observation about it. They took it to be the developmental projects and maintaining law and order in our state to ensure peace and smooth administration. But the modern one is telling us that these people are working as judiciary, working as legislative. These people are working as what? Executive in terms of personnel and functions. So they talk about public administration involves the processes. It's not just a process, the processes of formulating and making policies of government, policies to ensure smooth administration of the government. So if the government makes a policy about e-levy, or even the sports and the guys and ladies who take bets, right? There's a reduction of 10%. Right now, there's a reduction of 10%. So before that policy was was brought out? What were the kind of things that went on? There were several readings about it. People sat down to draw a plan about it before it was implemented. This is the modern view of public administration. It talks about the real actions that goes on before these policies comes out. So the traditional is just about the narrow, and the modern is talking about the detail of what really goes on before all these things comes on. And our last topic for this particular session is the importance of studying public administration. Someone will ask myself, studying public administration, what will I use it for? What is the relevance of the merits of studying public administration? Why am I even studying public administration? Point one, you learn the basic principle and concept of public administration. We have learned the principles of public, that it involves the generality, the state. We've learned principles of administration, that it has to be cooperated. People have to be there. Actions has to be taken. If you don't learn public administration, excuse my language, if you don't learn public administration, there is no way you get these concepts. You learn the basic principle of these concepts, these principles and concepts of administration. You never get it. You also, the one important of public administration is you know the purpose and function of government. You know why the government is doing this, why this arm of government is implementing policies, and why this arm of government is making laws, and why this arm of government is interpreting the laws. You know the function of the government, and you know the function of you the person. You are the one I'm talking to. You the person, you know your function as a citizen. What are the things that I'm supposed to do? Who am I talking to? But as a citizen, as a citizen, what are the functions of a citizen? The paying of taxes, protecting state properties and people's life. These are your contributions to public administration. Hey, this one, I have a feeling that I'll be recorded and posted on social media. Yes. So these are all the importance of public administration. Understand the cooperation of public administrations and how they affect your life as a citizen. As a citizen, this word, hey, it shapes your understanding of the government and its relation with the rest of society. You learn how to promote public interest, and it prepares you for the future employment. So that's the last topic of this session. And I would love to go over whatever I've said with the session outline. So we've learned about public as the generality of the people. We've learned about administration directed towards common goals. We have also learned the definition of public administration, that these common goals of groups and individuals are directed towards the agreed upon goals of the government. It is the action part at which the government gain its purposes. And also in the scope of public administration, we also learn about the traditional view of public administration, it being narrow. Their view was just about the maintenance of law and order and protecting people's liberties, their citizens' liberties. I've also learned about the modernization view of public administration. That is when the modernization people are telling us that it's not all about this maintenance of law and order, but how policies are being formulated, the processes that they go through, how bills are being read in the parliament before they even become laws, and they even when after being read, the president needs to endorse his signature on them before they become official laws of the state. Also learned about the importance of studying public administration, the citizen part, the one that I was fumbling with. Yes, we've also learned about these things, that you understand the basic concept of public administration, that administration involves cooperation, it involves humans, and it involves actions. And you also understand why the government perform certain actions and the need to which we are also encouraged to perform or make certain decisions. I really appreciate all of you for listening to this academic showdown recorded slide for public administration for the 213. We are going to have our online sessions, tutorial online sessions every weekend. Saturday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is for Introduction to Development Studies Poly 211. And Sunday, same time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is for Introduction to Public Administration Poly 213. Please kindly go through whatever we discuss here at your leisure time. Get whatever is being taught in class, and we are also going to do a general submission over here. When you watch the video, kindly like and subscribe to it so that you also get notification whenever I post or upload my channel. Sometimes people, you don't even find out that I've uploaded a video, but whenever you subscribe, you just get an automatic notification that I've uploaded a new recording. Then you come and engage yourself in. I really appreciate all of you for helping me with this initiative. There is also administration. Our goal is towards academic excellence. Therefore, we are not supposed to sleep, but we are doing recorded session so that we can also understand whatever was being taught in class in order to get our academic excellence. This is administration. Yes. So I thank you all for joining, and I really appreciate all of you for joining. Thank you so much. The name remains Balfour Ewa Joseph Ejapon, popularly known as Nana Balfour Ewa NBA. Yes, and I brought up this initiative. I'll be hosting other executives and our TAs as well. We will also be having our in-person tutorial once a while. Yeah, sometimes we can come here, we will come and solve only past questions on public administration so that we know the nature and the structure of how our questions are going to be framed. I thank you once again for joining. Stay tuned. Yes, we can. Academic Showdown. Yes, we can. Academic Showdown. Yes, we can. Bye-bye.